Hello, my name is Father Jim Sabak. I'm a Franciscan Friar here teaching at the Franciscan School of Theology at the University of San Diego. I teach liturgy. I also direct the online program for the Masters of Theological Studies program in Franciscan Theology. I like to travel in different places. I like to travel in places where there is a lot of history. I like to know how things began and how they evolved. I love to cook French. So when I saw Julie and Julia, that film in which the character tries to recreate everything in Julia Child's cookbook. I think I've always wanted to try to do that myself. I like to hike. I like to take walks. I love the beach, and so happy that I'm here in San Diego to be near the beach again. So I love to read history. I love to read historical novels, as well as different kinds of fantasy. The first thing I think that the big thing with being a Franciscan is I was told, as I was going back and forth deciding whether or not I really should do this, jump into the water or not, I was told by one of the friars, listen, if you can say that you love God, if you can say that you love people, then you'll be a good friar. And I think that that's kind of what has been realized, for me, what I love to do. The love of God, yes, of course, but to see it revealed, to see it experienced, to see it manifested with the variety of relationships that I've created and that have come to me, that have been gifted to me all this time. That's what makes this wonderful. That's what I love the most. So I went from TFS to FST. I went from where we actually begin, teaching about this tradition and who we are as Franciscans and what it means to think as a Franciscan, now to graduate students doing that. So I've got this whole great breadth of experience, perhaps, to be able to teach people and help people understand that dimension of Franciscan thinking and Franciscan perspective on things. St. Bonaventure always looked at learning as something that draws us into the mind and heart of God, that we might understand ourselves as a part of the life of God. And I think that that's what coming to FST enables us to do. We don't just gain knowledge for knowledge's sake, because anybody can do that. And that can lead, again, into that sort of arrogance and that pride, which may be supportive of you in your ambitions and whatever it is, but in the end doesn't really do enough to allow you to share yourself with others. Franciscan education is bent upon making sure that we understand, we learn to be able to profit each other. We learn to be able to expand the horizons about what it means to be a human being in this wonderful, beautiful world that is the source of our sacraments. That's the source that speaks to us of God. That's the source of our very being and what we've been called to be by God. And so, this Franciscan education would allow you to learn in order to know yourself better. And to know and to embrace and love that better that you see yourself as. One of the things, again, I think in the 21st century that we have to realize is that some of the tried and true ways of learning don't often work, in a world that becomes not only faster paced, but very technologically focused in some ways. And yet, because of those things, we should never, ever be prohibited or hampered from being able to learn, because if we don't learn, we don't grow. That's the whole kind of tying in that together. And so the online program kind of affords a person to be able to learn kind of at their own pace. It's not, it isn't like a self-instruction. It's not just a personal instruction, but it's a way in which you can gather for yourself the best of what it is that Franciscan education offers on a variety of subjects, like scripture, like systematic theology, like pastoral studies, like church history. These kinds of elements that are the building blocks of our understandings of ourselves as people of faith. The online program gives you the opportunity to pursue that at a pace that fits in to your schedule, as busy as it is, making sure that you have enough time to be able to engage all of it, but that it gives you a way to touch, this wonderful tradition, which is 800 plus years old, of what it means to be, what it means to see the world through a Franciscan lens, and what it means to embrace this world with a Franciscan heart.